Khamzat Chimaev is still the betting favorite over Paulo Costa. Do fighters agree? See who they're picking in the latest edition of MMA Pros Pick.
Paulo Costa is, just a well-rounded fighter with his jiu-jitsu, his stand-up. But obviously he's facing somebody with, strong hands and heavy hands. So he thinks that if Bohashian is able to just connect his game and do what he's got to do, then he'll get that win.
Khamzat is very strong, very tough guy. And I wrestled with him. I have nice experience with him. Like when I wrestle a little bit, he teach me. And in all my life, when I wrestle with somebody like good, strong wrestlers, this guy have a lot of power, like crazy power. And he's always use this power when he want to take down. But Paulo Costa, he's also a strong guy. He have a lot of muscles, and he's a strong guy. So use against Paulo Costa your power, your crazy power. Sometimes it's too hard, And also they fight 3 or 4 rounds. 3 rounds, yeah. Yeah, 3 rounds. That's okay. But same look. He used the power, maximum his power with Gilbert Burns. And Gilbert, he's also power guy. He's also have a lot of power. And look how he's going. He get tired. He's going. I don't know, But in wrestling, yeah, he have more experience and he's, I think, more focused more than Costa. But Costa, I don't know, man. This fight for me, is like 50-50.
Who would you give? Well, Chimaev's the favorite. Do you think he should be the favorite against Paulo Costa?
I think for me, it's 50-50. For me, it's 50-50. I can't say anything.
Costa straight fight against me couple months ago. So we will see. But I think the Chimaev is going to win this fight.
I think it's a good matchup for Khamzat because, he's big. Costa's big, strong. He's got good striking, fairly good takedown defense. So I think it's a good test for Khamzat. Here recently, the hardest fight that he's had was Gilbert Burns, and with a bigger Brazilian in Paulo Costa, I think it's going to be very difficult. But I think Khamzat can get it done.
I am gonna go Paulo Costa just because of the weight class jump, and also I think it would just be funny just for the aftermath and the Twitter wars after.
Oh, Khamzat would win that fight, but it's a 3-round fight, right?
Yeah, 3 rounds. Yeah.
So if it would be a 5-round fight, I think Khamzat will take it. But if it's a 3-round fight, that's a good, interesting fight. But still, I think Khamzat would take it.
That's gonna be a fun fight. I can't wait for the build. I don't normally watch press conferences. I watched the press conference for Strickland versus Adesanya because I knew that was just gonna be craziness. And I'll probably watch the press conference for this just to see if they say any crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I'm really curious to see how it goes because I still kind of. I'm still kind of wondering if Khamzat's going to go back down to welterweight, and I feel like this fight has a lot to do with where he ends up because Paulo Costa is about as big of a middleweight as you can get, and if he can just throw around Paulo Costa and do what he normally does against someone like Paulo Costa, then, it's a wrap, you know what I'm saying? I think he's heading straight for the middleweight title, but right now in this moment, I think I'm taking Khamzat just because I think he does get him down. I think he does beat him up. I don't think it's going to be a complete wash like it normally is, but I think it'll be a war. It'll be a war, but I think Khamzat comes out on top.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with Chimaev, but I think it's gonna be a war. I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight for Chimaev. I believe Paulo Costa is the toughest fight for him at 185.
Yeah, I think Khamzat will be able to take him down. I don't think he'll get the takedown as easy. So, it might be the second or the third takedown. But I think once he does get him down, I think with ground and pound and stuff, he's going to open up a submission. Even if Paulo is able to fend it off the first round, maybe even half of the second round. But I think, the longer the fight goes, the more tired Paulo's going to get. And then the more Khamzat's going to be able to take over. So I definitely see a finish. I'll probably go with a TKO end of the second round.
That's a toss-up. I'm gonna go with Costa on that one.
I got Chimaev.
Man, I know everybody's real high on Chimaev, but he had a lot of problems with Burns. He's going up against a bigger guy in Costa. I think it could be really interesting. I think I'm still going to pick Chimaev just because of the hype. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but it's going to be a lot closer than I think people think.
It's a hard one to pick because Chimaev is going up on his division, and probably the weight's gonna be a big difference for him. But Paulo is a guy who has a lot of experience against good wrestlers, and I think he's stronger than Chimaev. Chimaev is probably has a lot of strong strength, but I guess Paulo Costa will get the win for this one by probably by points, but it's gonna be a hard fight for Paulo Costa too, but I think he gets the win.
That's another tough one. I'm gonna go with Chimaev. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Chimaev, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if Paulo gets it done.
That's an insane fight. That's a very that's like a very competitive fight. But I think Chimaev's gonna. I think he's gonna take it. I think he's on a different level, and I believe it's gonna be him.
Man, to be honest, I feel like a lot of people are kind of writing Paulo off. You know, I think we need to see what Chimaev looks like as a middleweight, because we just have to see it. I mean, Gilbert gave him a run for his money, and Gilbert's the man, you know. But Gilbert is a welterweight, a former lightweight, you know. So let's see how he looks at middleweight. I think that fight's a little bit closer than people are expecting it to be.
Who'd you give the edge to, though? You didn't answer my question.
See, I want to instinctively say Chimaev, but I'm basing that off of nothing. You know, it's like I'm literally basing that off of nothing. So I'm not confident picking.
You know, I mean, obviously both fighters are just amazing fighters. You know, I really like Khamzat, so I'm gonna go for Khamzat because I feel like he's, you know, I'm on the hype train, man. I really like how he carries himself and how he's such a ruthless fighter in the ring, outside the ring, and I love his style. So I'm definitely gonna be rooting for him. Paulo Costa also, man, like can't sleep on him. He can put your lights out. The question is for me is Paulo Costa too big, because he's moving up to middleweight. So we'll see, man. I think it's gonna be one of those fights. I'm gonna root for Khamzat, but it's one of those fights where we just have to sit back and grab some popcorn and just just enjoy some UFC fights that night, you know.
Chimaev.
Okay. How do you think he wins? Do you think he finishes him or decision or?
I think submission maybe.
That'll be a tough one. I'd probably lean Khamzat. I mean, I just word around the water coolers that Khamzat is. I mean, obviously he's shown he's the real deal in his fights, but in the training room too, he's just a monster.